3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Brook Street Boys. On this new and improved rendition of the podcast here at the King's School, we will be the ones providing you with bi-weekly information on what's going on around the school and in the lives of those you'll see around here. I'm your first co-host, Zack Childs, and for A-levels I study physics, biology and psychology, and I'm a media prefect. And I'm going to pass you on to our editor, Mohit.
Hi guys, I'm your editor, Mohit Jena. I study maths, further maths, physics and computer science. I'm also the leader of the Computing Society, so it'd be lovely if I see you there too. And now I'm handing it back to Zack.
Okay, thank you very much, Mohit. I'm going to pass it on to our second co-host, Tommy.
Hi, I'm Tommy. I'm a lead member in the New Languages Society that's just started up, so again, like Mohit, I'll hope to see you there. And I'm also the house captain for Fox House this year, so you'll hear me on here a lot, but you'll also see me in person, I'm sure, for house assemblies. I currently study English Literature and Language, French and German for A-level, so keeping busy with the languages. And yeah, if you need anything, please feel free to find me. And now our third co-host, Tom Bell.
My name's Tom Bell. I'm also a co-host on this podcast. So I'm currently doing English Literature, Psychology and Religious Studies. I'm also Deputy House Captain for Newton, so if you're a Newton member, I'll shout you out. I'm also Charity Prefect, so I'm out and about at school. I'll pass you to Timothy.
Thank you, Tom. Well, firstly, from all of us here, welcome to a new school year, and especially to the new faces I've seen in Year 7 and Year 12, who I'm sure are starting to find their way around this maze of a school. You'll hear our voices on here, but if you see us around, like many around King's, we'll be more than happy to help in any way, or even just stop for a chat, if we have the time.
As with every year, there are many new things going on here at King's. Possibly the most notable of which is a new A-level course, Environmental Science, led by Mr. White, with just shy of 30 students jumping in at this latest opportunity. I'd like to welcome a familiar face with a new level of power, the head boy, Jimothy Gleed.
Thank you very much, Tom. As I think you guys are going to be aware, my name is Jim Gleed and I'm the head boy for this year. It's been a real privilege to be your head boy since April, and I've got until next April to make as much of a difference as I can.
I hope you will, Jim. So what's your responsibilities as head boy?
So I'd say the biggest responsibility is running the school council and the prefect team. So working within the student body to make sure we've got a holistic approach between all the years from Year 7 up to my own year of Year 13. We also run the food council, which is another great opportunity to make sure that people are getting what they require, and any suggestions for that are always inputted to the food company directly. And we're still open for any suggestions for anything from the school council to the food council, and also sports leader groups as well.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure if anybody has any questions or any recommendations, I'm sure they can go to you. So what are you doing after A-levels? What's your plan?
So I'd definitely like to go to university. I'm writing my UCAS application right now, and I'm currently applying for education, which is a BA course, and kind of most people would assume it just provides you the opportunity to just go straight into teaching, but it's actually quite a general degree that has aspects of history, English and psychology in there too. So I'm really excited to be able to keep my opportunities as broad as possible. As an end game kind of goal, I'd quite like to go into teaching in some format, but perhaps in the meantime working in something with government or as a charity or NGO would be great fun too.
Okay, lovely. I'm sure if you have any questions, you can always go to the tons of teachers around school and ask them.
That is the good thing about when I'm applying for education is it's quite easy to get work experience being at a school. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Tom.
Right. So Jim, what do you say that you do outside of school?
Outside of school, I kind of go home, sit in front of a computer for 5 hours, and then go to sleep. No, I do rowing about 5 times a week. That's great fun and keeps me engaged, keeps the mind and the body good. And then I like Lego, so I've got a big Lego collection which I try and maintain and always have a good creative outreach from. But yeah, I'd say they're kind of the main things that like to take my mind off studies, because I think it's really important that you crack that balance between studying and having a break from that too. So yeah.
Excellent answer. Pass you to Tommy.
Hello, Jim. So obviously you've been busy all year so far. You've got plenty to be getting on with, and I'm sure quite a deal of it has been pretty stressful. But what would you say has been your greatest challenge so far as a head boy?
My greatest challenge has probably got to be the prefects. And my advice for the next head boy, who hopefully will be listening to this, is make sure you get someone else to do it, because it's such a difficult job. Like, you start the year with asking people what days they can do, and you put that into a timetable, and then you've got to then accommodate all the changes that people have throughout the year as people change clubs or have a lunchtime that's unavailable still. I regularly get emails asking to swap that, so that's probably the biggest challenge. And bringing out the new prefect system as well with prefects in form rooms has been an even bigger task, but hopefully it's going to settle in soon, and yeah, we can make it work.
That's a great answer, Jim. What would you say is the most enjoyable part of your role?
The most enjoyable part, it's probably got to be the food council. So for those of you that don't know about the food council, we've picked a representative from each year group that meets with the food supplier about once a term and discuss all things food. But the best thing about it is that when we have these discussions, the catering team put on some food for us to have. So the first meeting was just a little get together, so we had drinks and biscuits, but hopefully in the next meeting we'll be able to try some sushi, which they might be bringing out to school. So yeah, lots of exciting opportunities, and yeah.
Lovely. I have to circle back to the Lego. Come on, what is your greatest Lego piece?
My greatest Lego piece is probably, they made a roller coaster a few years ago that's huge, and it's a red and white one. You'll probably have to Google it. I can't remember what it's exactly called, but it's thousands of pieces. It's a creator one, and that's really cool, and it moves as well, so that's brilliant. But in terms of size and scale, for last Christmas I got the Lego Concorde, and that is just like a behemoth when it's put up. The wingspan's amazing, and yeah, it was an excellent build. So yeah.
Thank you.
Another new addition to the school this year has been the societies. Societies have been introduced into our school this year after a small stroke of genius from Evan Garg in year 13. These sessions will be unlesson-like and are specifically designed towards entertaining the interests of you all that you don't get to experience it within a classroom setting. For example, we have the aforementioned Computing Society and Languages Society, as well as others such as the Physics Society and the Law Society, who we have a proud advocate for.
That would be me. I'd love to see you at the Law Society at some point. These societies are aimed at years 10 to 13, with hopes to spread lower down the school later on. These run most lunchtimes to cater for as many of you as possible. We hope to see you all there.
If you have any suggestions for what we can talk about here on the Brook Street Boys, feel free to email Tom Bell and we'll see what we can do. Don't worry, we'll be dragging plenty of teachers into this lovely little office for a grilling we'll politely call interviews. Any students, please feel free to send your teachers our way if you'd like to hear from them.
And finally, from all of us here on the Brook Street Boys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you all again soon.